Judge orders the conspiracy re-education for Lauryn Hill. You remember Lauryn Hill? She actually had a album a long time ago called The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Grammy Award-winning singer Lauryn Hill has been ordered by a judge to undergo counseling because of her conspiracy theories. Well, what was her conspiracy theory? That the music industry oppresses people with actual talent in favor of pumping out mindless nonsense. Wow, I really have to think on that one. Wow. You think they really conspire to do that? Do you ever wonder why the music out there doesn't say anything political, and when they do, like the Dixie Chicks case, they get pummeled into the ground and told to shut up? You ever wonder why that is? Maybe it's because they are slaves, and they take these talented people, prop them up, get them under these heavy loans where they're basically indentured servants for life, unless by a miracle they become a prince or Madonna and are able to break out of that system. But for most of them out there, it's not like that. Continuing with the article. Hill has attempted to warn young people about how pop culture cannibalism, as she calls it, and the deliberate reductionism of art and music is damaging a whole generation and turning them into passive, unthinking consumers. Wow. I couldn't have said it better. The judge's order that Hill undergo what amounts to brainwashing and re-education simply for publicly proclaiming the fact that the music industry is designed to strangle true talent while promoting amoral, vacuous, mindless, turgid drivel, way to go, Paul, is part of an increasing trend towards labeling common sense as a mental illness if it goes against the establishment grain in any way. I couldn't have said it better, Paul and Lauryn. And we're also reaching out to Lauryn Hill, trying to get her on the show, because we have a platform here where you can say whatever you want, as long as you don't cuss. We will bleep you. Moving on, our last article of the day. Texas House blocks federal gun control, 102-31, and that's House Bill 928. An agency of this state or political subdivision of this state and a law enforcement officer or other person employed by an agency by this state or political subdivision of this state may not contract with or in any other manner provide assistance to a federal agency or official with respect to enforcement of federal statute, order, rule, or regulation purporting to regulate a firearm accessory, or firearm ammunition. If the statute, order, rule, or regulation imposes a prohibition, restriction, or other regulation, such as capacity or size limitation or registration requirement that does not exist under the laws of this state. What are they saying? We're not going to send state public servants to go after law-abiding gun owners here in Texas. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying, federal government, get out of Texas if you want to try to control our guns. And that's what we should be saying, and that's what states all around should be passing bills like this. It hasn't passed fully, and the governor has not signed it, but Texas House blocks that federal gun control. That's the bill that's up right there right now. We're going to our quote of the day. It's from Bill Moyers. Secrecy is the freedom tyrants dream of. And that's what you saw in Benghazi. They tried to cover that up. They tried to hide the survivors. For days, people were asking, where are the survivors of this? Why can't we talk to them? Why can't we get their stories? Because, you know, hey, these kidnapped people that were held for 10 years in captivity, we're going to hear their stories in no time. They had pictures of them up on the web as soon as they were found. God bless them. I think that's great. I'm glad they got out of that situation. And, you know, that's not, you can go into a whole thing about kidnapping and where these kids really go. And it's not just dungeons and houses and subdivisions. It's white slavery all over the world. These people are turned into sex slaves. They're turned into victims of snuff films. It's horrible. We'll get into it on another show.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.